Romans 12, I'm going to start at verse 14. Bless them which persecute you. Bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Y'all, the Lord put something on me to do. That I'm going to do. What he does with it afterwards, I leave to him. Why he has me, of all people, sharing these things, I don't know. I don't know. I've told y'all a million times, if my wife was here, she could tell you how aggravated she would get at me and how mad she would get at me because I kept everything bottled up inside. Almost our whole marriage, 17 years, being together, 17 years. I just didn't want to ever pull my problems out and lay them on the table for other people to judge or, so I always just kept everything inside. And I know a lot of people say that's not healthy, but by no means is any of this complaining. I'm very grateful for everything the Lord has done for me and my family. I'm very grateful for this channel only because of all of you. Y'all have no idea. This is a very long video, and I apologize in advance. If you have time to watch it, please do so. And if you don't, there's an X button up there at the top. Everything's going to be all right, even though it doesn't look like it for us, church. It's very tough. Very, very, very tough. But hold on. Let's love one another. Let's pray for one another. I need all the prayers I could get right now, y'all. I love all of you. Here's the video. Hey folks, I know it doesn't feel like it, and I know things just tend to crumble for a lot of us all day long, every day. Keep the faith. Jesus is coming so very soon, y'all. I tell you all the time, and regardless of what people say, this is not something that I would have chose for myself to do, But I'm not gonna argue with the Lord. Sorry if I seem like I'm getting distracted. I could come to the lake and just, it's where I find a brief moment of peace in my life. No music, no distractions, no nothing, just, it's wild how, and I want to say that someone on my last video said that I look stressed. It's beyond stress, y'all. Just to be completely honest. And I'm not depressed at all. Nobody has nothing to worry about with all that. It's just how much can one person be pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed before they just break, And I think I'm at that fine line of breaking down. But I'm trusting in the Lord through all of it. This is not something that I would have chose to do. I don't care for making videos, and of course I enjoy talking to people and things like that when they listen. But of course, in my daily life, if I go up and just talk to people, they're always real short and don't want to listen. somewhat on YouTube. People hear partial of things I've say, and something they don't like, they come and, feel the need to put in their 2 cents. Walk a mile in my shoes, then you'll see, Well, my wife and I, we found out that my daughter, my 14-year-old daughter, has something called POTS. Now, as I was sitting there and the doctor said this, I said, well, what is that? Her exact words was, Google it. I don't like Googling. Just tell me, just bring it to me and tell me. I'd rather you tell me than me read it. But I went and read it anyway, because I don't like confrontation. And that just explains all the stuff that, we've been witnessing with her. She sits down or something and she stands up and she just gets all wobbly, about to pass out. Checked her oxygen quite a few times when she's having those spells, and it was 79, 80. Low blood pressure constantly. She's got to have a lot of salt. If that ain't enough, I also found a heart murmur in her. And then they called us the other day and said that early stages of kidney failure. So stress. I've already lost one child, and I can't explain to anybody what that did to me, to my brain. I really can't. It's just, I told my wife when that happened, something in me died. I don't know, because I'm not the man I was then. I just, 2 months old, my little boy. He'd be 13, going on 14 this year. I'll never forget that day, that's for sure. Walking in the bedroom and I found him. And, it's like my heart was ripped out of my chest. I couldn't even grieve when that happened. So I had the police come in the house and acting like Nazis, Waffen SS. Try to get people to incriminate themselves. That's all they do. That's what they get paid to do. But truthfully, they should have been questioning the doctors, putting them in handcuffs. But no, they signed off and said it was SIDS, and it's not what it was. That coroner and that doctor were best friends, so he covered his buddy. My baby died of Hirschsprung's. His stomach swelled up. 2 months old, his stomach swelled up like a basketball, and there's so much pain, y'all, all the time. Boy, Gator, you sure cry a lot. I heard that too. Can't walk a mile in my shoes. See if you don't have a mental breakdown or worse. My strength comes from the Lord. Ain't me, because I'm weak. But I tell y'all, this then you have a entire town, one person in a small town spread a rumor and tell everybody that you did something to your child, and it spreads like wildfire. And it's like, how idiotic can people be? The police were very thorough. And I blamed the doctors for a long time. I hated doctors after that for so long. I refused to go to them. If my wife took either one of our other kids to the doctor, I didn't go because I hated doctors. It took a long time for me to forgive. I'm just being honest, because you know, a few months before my son died, I probably told this a million times here, and I apologize. I just do what's on my heart to do, y'all. I'm just a dude, you know. I try to be as real as I can. Nothing to hide, nothing to lie about. I don't have nothing in my past that's going to come back and bite me. Nothing that nobody can go dig up on me. There's nothing. Unless you want to dig up a bunch of trauma. But y'all, my son died. See, what's today? On the 26th. It'll be 13 years ago. Must have been a traumatic day of my life. For a long time, it repeated over and over and over and over and over every day. I guess you call that PTSD. I don't know. I couldn't sleep because I dreamed about it. Just a few months before that happened, I got saved and baptized. I got saved and baptized in September of 2012. Then my son died January 26th of 2013. And you talk about a test. My goodness, y'all. Well, I found out who spread that awful lying rumor on me. And to be honest with y'all, I hated that person too. I hated that person. I'd be lying if I told y'all I didn't wish death on that person back then. And it took, again, a long time for me to forgive. And when I did, I felt free. Those chains were broke. Especially when it's on your own uncle who spreads that lie. And tells everybody. And then smiles to your face. Says, I love you. Where's the love? That's how my family is, y'all. A lot of them, well, I should say all of them, because it's the truth. They'll see you and act like they care. Try to hug you. Say they love you. They ain't ever there. They talk about you behind your back and flock to those church buildings when the doors open. That's why I used to refuse to go in those buildings. I didn't want to be like them. And then every building that I did go at after that, those same kind of people as my family would go to those buildings. It's fake. Absolutely fake. If you're going to love me, love me. If you're going to hate me, don't pretend to love me. I don't like the pretending. But y'all, I'm sorry, I've got to talk about all this. I mean, it's really placed on me to do. Because I'm at that point, that just breaking point. Not, you know, nothing to worry about in that sense, but just... But then all this going on with my daughter and I should say both of my children, because my son is in a very, very deep depression right now, and I just wish that I could take it from him, you know, both of them. And I can't. My goodness. One second. It's not going to stop. I tried to pause this and try to make myself stop, but it's not. most of you too that are going through so much. You have no idea. If I could take it from you, I would. Take it all. But I can't. So, the pains, I know pain. That's all I know is pain. Y'all, I haven't seen happiness or joy in my life in so long. Y'all have no idea. Though, you know, the Lord, He does things that to let me know, hey, I'm here, and I'm very grateful. I give Him all the glory, you know. It's just so much. I don't come here for this. I don't need nobody to be, you know, oh, you just want sympathy, and I know. If you feel that way, just pray for me, because that's far from the truth. If it was up to me, I'd hold all this in like a, you know, a message in a bottle and just tuck it down deep. Never show any emotion about it. Unless I'm by myself, you know. That's how I always was. But could I say that things will get better in this life? No. I can't say that. But again, I trust in the Lord. There's a train coming. It's going to be loud. I might have to pause this in a second, but one second. While this is on my mind, you see how high up that train is there? And I think it was November 2023. I was parked right over there, and that's where that thing broke off of that train and came down and went straight through the hood of my truck. And well, I mean, I got another hood, but it's rusted now, you know. Nothing lasts out of my life anyway. Hold on. So I begged the Lord, and I just did. I beg Him now to give me the strength to do what He has me do. As I'm telling y'all, it's very painful. That's why I usually keep things bottled up inside, and I talk about it. My wife used to get so mad at me for that, because I would never talk about how I was feeling, or I just, I don't know. I don't want to put my problems out on somebody else. So I hope nobody else soaks in my problems. I don't want that. I don't want sympathy. I don't want no one to feel sorry for me. I do this, honestly, I don't know why. It's just the Lord puts it on me, and I do, you know. I'm not going to argue with it. Though all the stuff I've been through, God's still always good to me. Y'all have no idea, you know. Sometimes, not every day, not 3 times a week, not 2 times a week. When I can, I'll come out here and, you know, like I'm doing right now, and it's so common out here at the lake, you know, watching the birds get the fish, and, you know, just, I can't explain it to y'all. But, you know, there comes a time where the water's always raging. And I'm just like, Lord, when is it going to calm? How long, you know? It's just non-stop. I really can't tell you how long it's been like this, you know? Where it's just constantly something. After that happened with my son, it took years for me to, you know, start forgiving and get back in the Bible. Because I fell off the deep end for a long time, y'all. And it was exactly August 21st of 2017 where I picked the Bible back up. And I just felt this calling on me. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. I needed to share my testimony and stuff. And I just didn't know. And I never asked the Lord, what is it? What is it you have me do? And I just kept pushing it off and pushing it off. Then I had that surgery in March of 2018. And that was the second time that my heart had stopped. And then again, I just kept pushing all this off and pushing it off and pushing it off. Then it happened to me again in December of 2019. Another surgery, another bleed out. And all these times, y'all, to be honest with you, I should be dead. You know, there's no doubt, there's no question in my mind I should be dead right now. Any normal person that went through that, you know, having a surgery and then completely bleeding out overnight, internal bleeding, then you don't have any blood in your veins. I mean, they were puzzled about how I'm still alive in 2018. They truly were. They truly were. That woman looked at me like I was a ghost, that nurse. They couldn't get blood in that little tube. They tried to draw blood. They couldn't get any at all. I didn't have any blood in my veins. None. How's that possible? It wasn't God. You know? There's no explanation. But I don't want to lie to y'all, and you know, there was a lot of times of, you know, looking around at all these new traumas in my life, and you know, and I would say, well, Lord, why am I still here? Why didn't you just take me? Why couldn't I have just been with you? I had to deal with this and that and this and that. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. How do I know that the Lord didn't leave me here for the sake of my wife? I don't know that. I can't tell you. I can't answer it. It's not for me to understand, but you know, I see what's going on with my kids, and I can't. It's something I can't fix. I'm the type of person, I want to fix it. You know, if something breaks, I try my best to fix it every time. Whereas this truck, which I still just have so many problems with right now, but I can't fix it, and it drives me crazy. With ADHD, I'm telling you, if I can't fix something, it just drives me bananas. There's 2 things that went out today, but anyways, my kids just they don't want the Lord, and it breaks my heart in a million pieces. But I was that age once. I was 14, 15, 16. And I was the same way. So all these Christians throwing stones at me all the time, and I've told y'all the stories. And I didn't want no part of it. I didn't want Jesus. I didn't want nothing at that age. I just wanted to be loved. It's something that I didn't really get. I mean, my mom and dad loved me, of course, but that was it. I felt like a burden, even on them too. But I know this video is getting long, y'all. I just got to get all this out. You know, at least I could please the Lord. I try to. I think I reached my maximum whenever I loaded up the trash today, and of course I've been watching my battery gauge in my truck. I don't know what it is. It may not be my alternator like I thought, but I assume. I mean, my airbag light's on and stuff. I don't know how that happened. This truck's never been in a wreck. I've had this thing for 11 years. I had one of my neighbors say, "Why don't you just get another truck?" Yeah, well, let me just go do that. Anyways, I loaded up trash and went to the dump, and I started smelling something burning. I didn't know what it was, and of course I'm not a mechanic, but it's not my speakers. It's not anything to do with that at all. I've checked, double checked, triple checked. It's if I turn the AC or the heater on, it intensifies that burning smell. I don't know. I don't know if the blower motors burn up. I really don't know, y'all. I'm so over it. Then I get back to the house, and my wife's been doing Spark, delivering groceries and stuff until all these. I've got so many applications in right now, it's unreal, and they all tell me the same line. They don't blow smoke. Just shoot it straight. Just tell me straight up. Don't give me false hope. But this one guy telling me, "Oh, we're gonna hire you. We're gonna hire you. We're gonna hire you," and I'm gonna get my hopes up, and then another week goes by, and another week goes by. But I started doing stuff so my wife don't have to, like laundry and stuff, and the dryer went out again. This makes it the 5th time. Same issue. It's not the heating element, it's the little thermal fuses on the heating element that keep going out. I don't know why it's doing that, y'all, but I'm telling y'all, I'm just again, someone commented on my last video and said, "You look stressed." It's beyond that, y'all. It is. And yet, here am I. God is still good. And I told y'all that he still does things to let me know he's still there when I just feel like, golly, there's this black cloud over me. And it's raining nonstop, and everybody else has sunshine, I came out here, oh man, I guess 3 weeks ago or so. And in 2019 on my birthday, my wife, she bought me something, and it was a surprise. And she's like, "Come on, let's go." And I jumped in the car, and we drove an hour and a half away. And I was like, "What are we doing?" She said, "It's a surprise." We met this guy right off the interstate in Natchitoches, Louisiana, and he pulled out this fishing rod. It's some company that I can't remember the name of it, but he makes rods, and it was very expensive. I think it was over $300. I didn't ask her for that. I told her that my birthday's just another day. I'm not a birthday person. I never have been. I just don't care for my birthday. I don't have a summer birthday. My birthday's November 30th. It's just nothing special about it to me. It never really has. When I was a kid, I was a Christmas kid. I didn't care for my birthday. But anyways, she bought me that rod, and it was special to me because it had in 1973, I do believe it was. My daddy played for the Arkansas Razorbacks football. He didn't play very long because he got hurt, very bad hurt. He had to have shoulder surgery. It went from shoulder to shoulder, and couldn't play no more. So I was always an Arkansas Razorbacks fan. Y'all, I loved my daddy. I was a daddy's boy, that's for sure. I wanted to go everywhere my daddy went. And of course, he ain't here no more. He died that year, 2019. So that rod that I'm sorry I get so emotional, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. But that rod she had made for me, it had the hog on it. It was white and red. It said Razorbacks on it. She had it specially made, like I said. Really nice bass rod. I mean, it was my favorite. And I cherished it because she bought it for me. It was special to me. But I came out here, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or so. And I was on the other side of that bridge over there fishing. And I hooked into a big old bass. I kid y'all not. I'm not the type, I don't care for taking pictures with the fish. I don't care about that. Someone don't take my word or not. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I just enjoy fishing. I don't even keep them. I just throw them back. Whatever I catch, it don't make gar. I just throw them back. It's just fun to me. But hooked in that fish, and that rod snapped, and so did my heart. My goodness. I started tearing up because, like I said, it's special. It was special to me. It's not replaceable, though that company said was it was some guy. He gave me a lifetime warranty on it. Was it $300? You would think so. But that was a long time ago, 7 years ago, So I went to his page on Facebook, and he's no longer in business. Go figure. So I can't have it replaced. I went home and I showed it to my wife, and I told her I was sorry, and she said, it's just stuff. I said, no, it wasn't to me, though. It was special to me because it's something that, I'm sure some of you may not understand. So I love my wife very, very much. And I'm very appreciative for everything she does for me. And I don't deserve a woman like her. God's been good to me. Anyways, I came out here a week ago or so. And I went back over there in that same spot. And I threw my bait out under the bridge, and I was reeling in. And I hooked into something. It's like, what is this? I'm gonna lose a bait now, But whatever it was broke free, and I started reeling. It felt heavy, and I started seeing this rod come out of the water. I kid you, I can't make this stuff up. This is the second time this has happened to me in my life. I saw this rod come up, and I was like, I broke the rod in the same spot. Here comes a rod. And I get it up on the bank. It had the reel on it too. And not only that, it had the bait on it. It's like someone casted it out under the bridge, and a fish hit it and just yanked it out of their boat, out of their hands. And it's a really nice rod. Of course, it wasn't as nice as the one that my wife got me, but I'll show it to you in 1 second. So somebody was throwing an umbrella rig on it. And like I said, I guess that fish yanked it right out of there. It's a Bass Pro Shop brand. It's called a Pro Qualifier or something. That's not the brand I use. I use a brand called Lose. I like Lose. They're really good with their customer service, but I mean, that's a big old rod. It's 7 foot 10 inches. Anyways, it's just little things like that. The good Lord always shows me that He's still there. And my goodness, I thanked Him so much for that. And I sat there for a while, looking around at people in the boats, and because it looked like it just went in, at least that morning. It wasn't rusted up. The line was good. I mean, so I looked around, and okay, I even posted it on Facebook. Didn't get nothing. So I guess either the person just didn't care or something, but like I say, y'all, God is good. I told y'all 2024, I do believe, I had this dream, and it was the first dream I ever had where I was fully conscious in the dream. I could think, I could speak freely, or whatever. I mean, it was wild. But I was sitting at this table, and there was a door in front of me, and the door opened up, and this man in a suit with a briefcase come walking in, and he never sat down. He just put the briefcase on the table, opened it up, and it was full of money. And he offered it to me. And it was some ridiculous number, like $60 million or something. All I'd have to do was deny Jesus. And I looked at him, and with my own free will, I said, I don't want your crap. I want Jesus. The man closed the briefcase, turned around, went to the door, and he turned back and looked at me and said, your life is going to be a whole lot worse from here on out. And then walked out. And I woke up. And my goodness, has that not been true? If I say that that's not true, I'm a liar. Because my life has went downhill from there with just unbelievable stuff. You know? I don't. I'm trusting in the Lord. And I pray y'all are too. No matter what it is you're going through. Because I promise you, I assure you, I for one have been there. Whatever it is. Sickness. Financial problems. Vehicle trouble. Marital trouble. Been there. Kid trouble. I mean, you just name it. And I promise you, if I could take it from any one of you, I would. I don't have a lot to give people. I really don't. But I can give you my word. And I won't come here and lie to you. When I say I love you, I mean it. I love you. I don't have any family. Not blood family. I mean, I do, but I don't, they don't want nothing to do with me. I'm a mistake to them. I'm a failure. I'm all these things that I used to tell myself in the mirror. In their eyes, that's what they see. They don't know me. They never got the time to sit down and talk to me and get to know me. They just come to their own conclusions. And that's how people are in church buildings too. They don't want to know you. They want to know things about you so they can gossip. But that's not how Jesus is, y'all. He's amazing. Amazing. Just trust in him. No matter how rough the water is in your life right now, trust in him. Even if it gets worse. Because I'm not here to tell you it's going to get better. Because it may not. But it's to us to endure. They know it's little voices and, it's a little whisper tells you to end your life. End your life. That ain't of God. That's not of God. Because our strength comes from the Lord, not of us. So let him strengthen you. Romans 10:9-13. Sorry for the long video. I do love you. God bless.